Hello everyone. I was going to wait until I received this splendid model before I uploaded a video on the subject of wargaming the French Foreign Legion in the Sahara and Northern Africa. But it's just arrived today, and I'm just so excited about it that it warrants an individual video just taking a look at this model. So that's what I'm going to do. As I say, I'm really chuffed about this model. It's like all my kind of Christmases in one, really. Really got me excited. I've long wanted to war game something along the lines of Beaugest and Fort Zinderneuf and all that kind of thing. And really, the sort of lockdown period, my attitude changed to just going for it in all kinds of wargaming ambitions. Really, I just sort of thought, if I keep putting these things off, I'm never going to get round to them. So the lockdown period was an ideal time to start searching around for suitable models and so on. And I have investigated it in the past, and they're not that easy to come across, actually, models of Fort Zinderneuf. And I discovered this company almost by accident. I was sort of searching on the internet, googling models of Fort Zinderneuf and so on. Didn't come across them at all, and then I found a video on YouTube that they'd uploaded about 5 years ago, and that was how I discovered the company. They are based in East Germany. I think it's in Saxony, and it's a company called ESLO Hobby Items and Model Making, I think is the appropriate translation. So it's ESLO, and they're under a sort of a separate company name. I'm not quite sure whether the other company deal with more items than ESLO's catalogue, but excuse my German mispronunciation, but they are a company called Geländestücke. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, they're based in East Germany, in a wonderfully named street called Yuri Gagarin Street, which is in Lichtentanner Ott Sten. And so I immediately I found their website, immediately spotted this model, and sent off for it. It's been a while coming. They said that they say that their delivery turnaround is about 2 to 3 weeks. It's been more like sort of 8 weeks or so. And it's, as I say, it's finally arrived today, but I'm just so pleased with this. I'm gonna, in a moment, I'll take the camera off the tripod and give you a little kind of fly past of it, because you can't sort of get it all in frame really to show the wonderful detail in it. It's mainly a kind of resin. I don't know if you can hear that, quite solid, but the roofs to all the separate buildings are removable, but they're made of a kind of more lightweight, almost feels like a kind of strengthened cardboard or something like that. And there's a few pieces that are detachable. Some of the walkways are detachable, but in the main, all the various items, of which there are many, there's lots of detailing and character in this. Most of the items are attached to the model, carts and water troughs and pannier baskets and things like that, stables, all that sort of thing. The figures are all my own. They don't come with the model. I just put them in there to give you an idea of the scale and so on. But they did send me a free sample of some of their other terrain. This sort of desert terrain item. I can see that coming in handy in my Wild West games. But anyway, as I say, I think this is such a splendid model. Really excited about this, that it's worth just showing you this in a separate video. So I'll take the camera off the tripod and start giving you a little tour of it, but you'll have to excuse the camera shake and so on from now on. Right, so it's attached to a square base, which you can see is about 20 inches. I think that's 50 centimeters square. So that's the dimensions of it in terms of its footprint. And it's very imposing. As you can see, there are 4 corner, well, no, not really towers, but sort of crenellated areas in each corner. A tower which presumably has an internal staircase rather than ladder, and a sort of wooden tower that you sometimes see in depictions in Hollywood movies and so on. Before I forget to say as well, this is a 28mm model, but they do also do the model in 20mm and in 15mm. There's no images for that on their website, and they do say the detailing in the smaller scales isn't as good, you know, it isn't as detailed, but I think that's an interesting fact as well, really, that you can buy this model in smaller scales if you wargame in 15mm or something. The gate on their video, it was 5 years ago, and the gate on their model that they show hinges backwards and forwards, but this gate is just a separate piece of resin. That doesn't worry me too much. Not sure whether to glue it in place or I'll probably leave it loose so that you can have it just like that. Trying to do it with one hand. And as I say, all the buildings have detachable roofs. This walkway here is detachable, as is this one here. So I have to find a suitable. Try and do this with one. Oh, gate's falling over that. As you can see, it's painted inside, but no interior furnishings or anything like that. But as you may be aware from my recent videos on the Wild West, that's not going to be a problem for me now. I'm into finding bits of furniture and so on that will be suitable. There's sort of lovely little details like that pannier basket, the straw in the stables, sort of carriage, water button trough there. Another building in the corner, and I mean As I say, I'm going to put up a video about my plans on how I'm going to wargame this, and all kinds of, you know, my inspiration and what's got me into it and what's always attracted me. So I will be doing a much longer video later on, but I wanted to put something up just to show this and express my delight with it, really, and recommend the company. They do their models. They do mainly buildings that have a sort of Eastern German appearance, sort of World War II kind of buildings. It's pre-painted, as you can see, which is always a pleasure. They do an awful lot in the way of castles, medieval castles. So they tend to be more, what's the word? More sort of customer request type arrangements. You know, you can have them with, you can get separate donjons and things like that, and the number of buildings that they place inside them, and whether you want it to be completely walls or abutting against a cliff face or something like that. So they tend to be a bit more bespoke. That's the word I was looking for. But well worth checking them out. I mean, not cheap, but this doesn't compare unfavourably with Adrian's Walls, whose buildings I like and purchase a lot of. This fort cost me, how much was it? €286, so it's about £250, which I know is expensive, but as I say, I've wanted something like this for many years, and when I have spotted things, I've always put off buying it until it comes to a point where it's no longer available or it's hard to get hold of. I'll talk about that in my later video. But the games that I'm going to play in this are just, you know, it's going to be countless. It's got all kinds of scenarios that I can play, and I've some of these figures. I'm beginning to get off the subject of the building now, and the review of the building. But some of these figures I've had for quite a while, and I painted them up recently, and I've put that they're from Redoubt, which is now, the range is now sold by Grubby Tanks, and I've been purchasing some more figures from Andy Grubb, and he's been very helpful in searching out moulds that don't appear on the website at the moment, things like that. So I've purchased a lot more figures to add to my lead mountain, which are going to get painted up for use with this model. I don't want to stop filming. I'm just so I'm sort of lost in the little miniature world. But anyway, that's all I can say about it. Check out ESLO, and watch out for a future video on the entire subject of wargaming, Fort Zinderneuf and more. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now.